Does the piano make me look slightly more intellectual? Oh yeah. You want to know how to have the best possible week, don't you? You want to hit those fitness goals, you want to hit those motivation chords, and it's so easy to do. Literally, planning is everything. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. It's kind of embarrassing because I think my next door neighbour can hear me talking to myself. You want to prepare for the week ahead. Sunday, whether Sunday's your day, if it's Friday, whatever, but you need to set yourself a plan. If your week starts Monday, maybe better to do it on a Sunday because then you've got a fresh kind of head on. But it is totally up to you. There are a couple of tips that I'm going to share with you that I think are really, really helpful. Well, I think are helpful for myself, and I'm like one of the most unorganised people ever, so they help me, they're gonna help you. First off, you need to do a brain dump. Literally anything that is jiggling around in your mind that you think will distract you from getting your task done. Everyone knows that multitasking is not doing you any good. Someone used a quote. What was that quote? I don't know, but when you multitask, you give a fraction of yourself to the job in hand. You want to give yourself 100% to that job. You want to get it done, get it out of the way, tick it off, feel accomplished, on to the next one with the momentum of your previous accomplishment. So do a brain dump, get all of the little facts and things that you need to get done in the week, whether it's going out for dinner with a friend that's been nagging you to see them for ages and you just keep putting it off because it's not that important. Write it all down, get it on paper, type it out if you feel better in that way. I like pen and paper, like pen, paper, love it, best thing. But the act of actually writing it down will be so beneficial because it's out of your mind, it's on a piece of paper. Once you can see it, you can start to see where you need to really work on things, where things have been dragging behind. You can prioritize, you can manage, you can change. With that in mind, when you've done your brain dump, what you need to do is you need to reflect back on the week that you've just had, okay? That includes things that have gone well, things that you've accomplished, tasks that you wanted to get done and you've done them, and things that have gone not so well, where you could improve. If you said you were going to go to the gym 3 times and you only went twice, then maybe you need to evaluate that. How has your food been? Have you been eating really well? Have you eaten out a lot? Have you hit your 2 litres of water that you said you were going to drink every day? Have you hit 10,000 steps? Have you been taking the stairs instead of the elevator? Or have you been taking the elevator instead of the stairs, where it really could clock up a few more steps easily that way and you haven't even thought about that? So it's really reviewing how your week went in terms of your greater goals, why you want to achieve these goals. Is it a lifelong goal? Is it a yearly goal? Is it a 2-yearly goal? These little things that you're doing, putting into the pot of the bigger picture. So with that in mind, I like to break down my longer term goals into kind of physical, mental, social or emotional, and also spiritual goals. Your physical could be, I want to hit 55 on the bench press. At the moment I'm at 50, 5 kilos in the next week, maybe not that possible, but in 2 weeks, yes, if I can add 2.5 on the next week, blah, blah, blah. Work your goals backwards in that way. So mental could be listen to a podcast that's going to help enhance your understanding of, say, a nutritional implement like carb cycling or something like that. A social could be catching up with a friend that you've not spoken to from university, or catching up with a friend that keeps calling you but you keep forgetting to call them back. A spiritual one would be giving yourself 5 minutes headspace, just sitting down, not having any distractions and focusing on your body, how it feels, what what sensations you're experiencing in that 5 minutes. About technology, not thinking about what you've got to do, just clearing your head and calming. So that's those 4 goals, which I kind of bear in the back of my mind when I'm evaluating how the previous week has gone and whether I'm working towards my final destination. So once you've done your brain dump, once you've established how your last week went and you've established where it is in terms of your bigger goals, you want to prioritize 2 things out of that huge list, which are the most important things to do. So that could be getting to the gym twice a week, or having a full, properly executed, 100% attentive leg day, which you haven't done for a while. So it's kind of thinking of those goals, taking into consideration how long they'll take, and then blocking that time out. So it's like saying, I'm going to go to the gym 5 times every week, but not actually making any changes from your social diary or your work diary to accommodate for that. So if you know that you're going out 4 nights out of 7, then are you going to be able to fit the gym in? Can you move those social events around? Can you go in your lunch break at work? Can you just do a bit of a park workout rather than actually going to the gym? Making the time. Nobody's going to make that time for you. No one's going to say, oh, by the way, you need to get that done. They're not going to do it. You have to do that. You have to be your own motivator. And the plan and getting it all written down is what's going to help you to do that. So you've got your 2 goals. You've got your 2 goals that are the most important. You then want to focus on the micro goals that will help you feel successful through the week. So they're going to be kind of the momentum. They're going to be the fuel that keep you pushing on to get the big goals done, if they're longer term things. Smaller goals are so important to feeling accomplished. There's an analogy where a professor fills up a big jar with stones and everyone says, yep, the jar's full. Okay, the jar's full, but then he pours smaller stones in, and then he pours gravel in, and then he pours sand in, and all of a sudden this jar is absolutely packed. But if you'd have filled it up with the small stuff first, then you wouldn't have had room for the big stones that went in, which we thought had filled up all our time. So that's a great analogy for why you need to get those 2 most important goals done, dusted, time blocked out for them, ticked off the list. Because otherwise, those small little things that are so much easier to do than the big goals will fill up the whole of your jar, and you ain't gonna have no room for those big stones. You're just gonna fill it with little bits of sand, and all of a sudden the jar is full, and oh, we have no time, and the week is gone, and that's another week of not getting this thing done. Don't let it sit over you. Just block out the time, tick it off. So easy. It's so hard, which is why the plan's important. Just to recap, do a brain dump first of all, get all of those things that you need done out there. Review your week previous. Has it been beneficial towards your goals in the grander scheme of things? Can you make adaptations? Do you need to make changes where you've kind of not really done what you should have been doing? Why haven't you done what you should have been doing? Pick 2 of your biggest goals from the list that you did with your brain dump, and then block out time for them. Make space. Pencil it into the diary, like going for a doctor's appointment. You wouldn't say, oh God, I can't do that because, well, I've got to go wash my hair. Book them into your diary, get them down, get them done, get you feeling accomplished, and then also pay attention to the micro goals. Acknowledge the successes that you make with those little goals, because that's going to keep your momentum going and it's going to keep your spirits high. You need to get the big goals done first, but you can always fill the jar with more smaller little aspirations and goals. I hope this has been helpful. It is something that I do all the time. Putting things down on paper is really cathartic, like so good. So if you do try it, let me know. Tag me in your plans if you've got them, or tag me in your Insta stories or whatever. I am on Instagram, lydiaclaire.fitness. I'm on YouTube, obviously, this is going to be YouTube. And yeah, just let me know what you thought of the video. Thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Oh, subscribe if you want to. And I hope it's been helpful. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you soon.